Alright boys, how's it going? So how you doing? So today we are ranking, or I'm ranking every game that I've played on stream. So right now I've got a sort of tier list sorted here. So we've got the bottom 30, which is VV Stinky Bins Outside. We have 90 to 120, which is the bargain bin. I've spelt bargain wrong, haven't I? Fuck. Ignore that, boysies. Ignore that. 60 to 90, pretty good. 30 to 60, take a look at this, boysies. 10 to 30, which is it was meant to be Blockbusters, but I wouldn't fit that in without the text sort of cutting off. And then we have which got top 10, which is as good as Creed's Super Bowl show, which we all know was the greatest thing ever. And just as a wee sort of reminder, boysies, this is all 150 games I've beaten on stream, as well as the 2 that we abandoned. Pardon me, but so they're out of order. So I'm not gonna be, because I numbered them with 1 to 150, and my first one was Dark Souls, and the last one I beaten was Mary Kate and Ashley. But as soon as I uploaded them, out of order, all messy, you know how it is. Right, put your numbers, Mike. Yeah, my numbers are fucked. Wait. Kev 19. Oh, for fuck. I fucked this, boysies. I wasn't paying attention. Ignore this. Ignore. Ignore. Look away, boysies. Look away. Ignore. Lads, I made this literally 10 minutes before I came on stream. So numbers are going to be slightly off because I put in 2 extra games that that were unfinished. So let's start off. Don't listen to that neurotypical Fenian Mikey. Jesus. So it does. But we'll just dig right in there because otherwise we're going to be here all day. So first up we have Castlevania. The very first Castlevania. Oh, that's the thing. I don't want to say that it's. But that's the thing. It's kind of like when I'm playing Spyro 1 and I'm saying, that like the better things come from this series later on. Castlevania 1 was probably my least favourite of the Castlevania trilogy I played. You do you, son. Bin. I think because I'm going to need to put some sacrifices and I'm going to, I think I'll move it into pretty good. So now I can move games up and down. Right, now we have Vampire Hunter D, which was like a... Vampire D was alright. It was like a Resident Evil clone, but there wasn't anything super special about it, so I think I'll put it in bargain bin. Oh, this is the one. This is the tough one. So, Castlevania 2: Simon's Quest, which out of the NES games, I think it's gonna be a lot of moving about when something hits 30 entries. There's gonna be. I'm gonna move it around after. Simon's Quest, I preferred over Castlevania because I think it's like. Don't get me wrong, the game's very poorly translated and doesn't really tell you what to do. But see, if you have like a good translation of it, which there have been fan patches, I think it's got some good ideas. I actually really enjoyed my time with Simon's Quest. James Rolfe is on his way right now. I was really surprised how much I actually enjoyed. Anyway, Resident Evil 3. Right. I really enjoyed myself with Resident Evil 3. But I think the remake is a bit more streamlined. That's the one. People go mental because they cut out the clock tower. The clock tower was fine. It was an alright segment. But Resident Evil 3, it was good. It wasn't my favourite of the Resident Evil trilogy, so I'll put it in the pretty good. Put it above Castlevania 3. Ultimate Spider-Man, bargain bin. I was so disappointed with that. That might move down to bottom 30, but Ultimate Spider-Man was just a bit disappointing, Like, I loved that game as a kid, but when I came back and played it, it was like, right, the story's alright, the style's okay, but the combat is like deep as a puddle, and the missions are all the fucking same. Fraser Fantasy, which is a fan game that someone put together on itch.io, which was a Fraser RPG. Put it in Take a Look at This, boysies, because I had a fucking great time with that, and it's a game that feels like it's made for me. The remake, problem with the remake is it's short and basically puts you on the rails. Most of it, don't mind that. I think you either need to go very linear, or you need to like Resident Evil 2 is very much, it puts you in a more like, see the first bit, the police station is a bit more open. and then it gets a bit linear, while Resident Evil 3 is a lot more linear, if you get what I mean. But, oh, what's this? JDC05, what did they post? I can't click off that because that will show, and my stream's already a state. But cheap viewers or best viewers, we already got the best viewers right here at Man Home Video. Well, hey, anyways, Dolphin Blue, which is a Dreamcast. No, it's not Dreamcast. It's an arcade game that was built on a Dreamcast engine. Pretty good, if you like. It's like Metal Slug, basically like Metal Slug, but you're fighting Hitler while riding on dolphins. Pretty fun, but it's not like there's nothing like in it that's like amazing, if you know what I mean. It's not like, I'm sure there's Metal Slug games in it that are better in it, but it's anyway, Beyond Good and Evil. I fucking love Beyond Good and Evil because that's what Mikey needs. Mikey needs to love another game that's never getting a fucking sequel, doesn't he? Beyond Good and Evil's fucking class. It was cheap viewers, already got the cheapest viewers right here. Exactly. Cheap viewers are what I even use my coupon code for baddragon.com, which doesn't make sense. Unless you're watching, because I was playing Spyro Dragon. Anyway, enough of that. Dragon Age. Ooh, Dragon Age Origins. Ooh. So I'll put it in the tier. I love Dragon Age. It's definitely showing its age. It's definitely rough around the edges, but I love the story, I love the characters, and also it's got the best waifu of all, Morgan. Morgan is like top 10 waifu of everything. So I think I puts it in the Blockbuster section. Right, here we go. No More Heroes, Heroes Paradise, which is the PS3 update of No More Heroes. Ooh, I'll put it in the take a look at us, boys, because it's a very fun, very stylish action game, but it does have a lot of fluff with open worlds, a lot of side mission fluff, and but I feel when it does get to nitty gritty, it's really cool. I'm really excited to dig into No More Heroes 2 and No More Heroes 3. I'll probably put it below Simon's Quest. No, yeah, put that. Right, now I played the Dreamcast version of Spider-Man, which I'll put in pretty good, because it's pure nostalgia. Like, don't get me wrong, there are much better, 1,000 times better Spider-Man games there, but for pure nostalgia, and it still holds up a bit. It's got a really well-written Venom. The story's just like, let's get you on a speedrun to a Spider-Man story and see as many villains as you can along the way. The Monster Rock chase at the end is genuinely fucking creepy, and genuinely fucking heart-racing when you're jumping through the fucking tunnels and he's chasing you down. Right, it's alright. The Fraser Fantasy Halloween Special. This game, so I feel this is a bit shite putting this game on the list, but I have beaten the game, so I need to rank it. This game's only about 5 minutes long. It's literally just a minigame while you need to stop Niles, go talk to Daphne, but you need to greet people at your party as well. I'll put it in the pretty good bit, because it still has, it's still a Fraser fan game, and it's still genuinely fun writing, and it's fun with the sort of whole novelty of playing a Fraser game, you know? So I'll put it in the pretty good aisle. Castlevania 3 Dracula's Curse. Ooh. My second favourite of the, I put it in take a look at us, boysies. I really like the multiple characters, I really like the branching path, that was really cool. The boss fights were really cool, apart from the fucking 3-stage Dracula at the end, where I don't want to have to use save states to get through a lot of Castlevania 3, but fuck me, a lot of shite. No, Kieran does not like Castlevania. Oh, X-Men 2 Rise of Apocalypse, bang. All that likes X-Men, what can I say? It's a fucking great Diablo-like RPG, or dungeon crawling RPG, where you're fighting off the, like, Apocalypse is one of my favourite comic book villains ever. It's got a great roster of, like, it's X-Men Brotherhood, and you go between having, like, the big hitters like Cyclops, Wolverine, Storm, and then you can have, like, Toad and all the fucking weirdos in your party. I really like X-Men Legends, and I really like X-Men Legends 2 more. But anyway, so what have we got next? Police Knots, top 10. I fucking adore Police Knots. Police Knots is now one of my favourite games ever. It's a really weird version of it, and it's actually the music you can hear playing right now. But Police Knots is so fucking good. So I just adore it. It's legally not Lethal Weapon though. Right, so the two games I've unfinished were Sonic Chronicles Dark Brotherhood, because that game glitched out and you couldn't finish it, and King Kong, because I died in King Kong, and when I reloaded it, it reset my stat points, so suddenly I was hitting enemies and doing no damage, and I just went, fuck this, I can't be fucked. Which got redoing up towards Barbie Explorer, first one in the stinky pile. Barbie Explorer is a fucking shite Crash Bandicoot clone, which I did not expect to say, but it's just so fucking bad. Oh, it was awful. Oh, actually, we'll do it in order. So we'll do it. So Stitch Experiment 66. That was fine. It was a fine 3D platformer, but I don't know if I could say it was more than fine. So I'll probably put it in top of bargain bin. Well, I reset them but didn't refund them. So there was no way for me to get my stat points back. Anyway, Mickey's Wild Adventure, bottom, stinky. The game looks fantastic, but fuck me, it's some of the most unfair, ridiculous fucking platforming you ever have to do, and you have to do it on like 3 lives as well. And it continues, and yeah, it's fucking solid. Like, I would not have beaten it if not for save states, and I nearly rage quit multiple times during the stream. It's just fucking solid. It looks amazing, and it's fun to play it for. It's like Rayman in that way. If you get, actually, I can probably compare it to Rayman a lot. But aye, you can get continues, but I think they're secrets. Yeah, what the fuck. Anyway, Van Helsing. Van Helsing's a decent Devil May Cry clone, but I can't put it anywhere higher than bargain bin because I like it. There's not much to it. The Thing, right? The Thing had some good ideas with the squad-based things. And you had to keep your squad mates sane. That was alright. The game was fucking solid, boys. And it's recently got a re-release. Can't put it anywhere higher than bargain bin, boys. I'm sorry. I know people like the game, but it's just not great. Aliens Infestation, right? So this is a Metroidvania kind of roguelike game, which I fucking adored. It was made in the DS by WayForward, which it was completely under the radar, completely unknown. It's so fucking good. I'd really just go play it. I'd put it in Go Take a Look at Us Boysies, maybe top of Go Take a Look at Us Boysies. Ikaruga, which was one of the first games I actually beat on stream as well. This was the middle of lockdown. I remember drinking a bottle of hot sauce afterwards because and cutting a Steiner promo, because I'd done it where if I can't beat it in so many continues, then I didn't drink a bottle of hot sauce, I drank some hot sauce as I was cutting the Steiner math promo. But Ikaruga's got a special place in my heart. It's ridiculous, it's bullet hell. Put it and take a look at its posies. It's very fun, actually. Will I put it in Blockbuster? Because I don't know. See what I've got. I'll put it in, take a look at its boys. It might move up afterwards. Right, now we have Treasure Planet, which again was a fun 3D platformer. Kind of heavily based off of Ratchet and Clank, which I did not expect. Pretty good. Had some good ideas actually. I might switch Stitch or Treasure. Oh, I don't know because they're both kind of neck and neck. Stitch and Treasure Planet are both sort of fun Disney games that came out, I think, around the same era, like early PS2. But they're surprised compared to like what other movie games are out there. It's actually pretty good, you know. Wizard of Oz. What's it called? What's this one called again? I forgot its name. Wizard of Oz Beyond the Yellow Brick Road, which was made by the people who make Wild Arms. Now, this RPG was, I don't want to say bland, but the dungeons were there. There wasn't much to it, and apart from moving around with a trackpad, I liked some ideas in it. Some of the boss fights were interesting, but there wasn't much to it. I wouldn't go out my way to suggest that you play it, so I'll put it in the bargain bin, boysies. Put it below Stitch. Put it below The Thing. Probably a bit neck and neck with Ultimate Spider-Man. Oni. Ooh. Oni's a game that I liked some parts of it. It's legally basically fucking ripping off a lot of 90s anime. It's a fun action game. It's weird things, but really lack of checkpoints. It's good. I don't know. I'm come across really mixed on it. I'm putting pretty good. I can move it down afterwards or whatever. Phantasmagoria. Right, so I don't know if Phantasmagoria is genuinely a good game or if I just had a great time streaming it. But I'm going to put Phantasmagoria in Blockbuster. I had a fucking great time streaming that. I had such a fun time streaming the first one. Apart from the rape scene, that was not fun. I think people like the first Phantasmagoria. I think it's well thought of. I think as well because it was so. I imagine it was shocking for the time. You know, when you've got fucking King's Quest and shit like that, and that's all you're really dealing with, and then suddenly Phantasmagoria comes about. I can see it being a bit more shocking than usual. I had a lot of fun with it. is it the best adventure game in the world? Probably not. It's probably gonna move down now that I think about it, with other adventure games coming in. Death by Degrees, bottom 30. Some cool ideas, but I like the combat system with the two analog sticks. But the game was overstayed its welcome so much, and it felt like it wasn't it had the potential to like go right. It's a Tekken game. Let's put a lot of Tekken fan service in there, but no, it was just a very generic action game. And after the whole X-ray combat system wore off, it was just a generic, boring action game. And the worst thing a game can be is boring. I threw Wrath of the Tiger. I had a fun time with that. It was like a usual action game sort of. It wasn't anything that changed the world, but I had a fun time with it. I bought it pretty good, I'd say. Fatal Frame. Put Fatal Frame and take a look at this, boys. He's adult. Really fun time playing it. I can see why people love the series so much. It's very unique. It's unlike anything I've really played before, and Fatal Frame was really, really fun. Well, actually, that's a lie. It's not unlike anything I've played before, because I played Dread Out, which is a knockoff of Fatal Frame. But I'm very excited to dig into more Fatal Frame games. I'll probably wait until around the Halloween time to do that, because I think Fatal Frame 2 is very well thought of. Hotline Miami, fuck me. Oh, the game on stream that has probably made me come closest to ripping my pubes out. Hotline Miami enraged me, but I loved every second of it. So I'm gonna put that in. Did I put it in Blockbuster? No, I put it in top of Take a Look at Us, boysies. Hotline Miami's really good, really stylish. Really fun. As I went back and started playing it on the Steam Deck, and see when I'm not streaming it, I've got a lot more patience for it, if you know what I mean. And I think the style is really cool, the music's really cool, everything. Like, was it the kids say? It's a vibe. I like that. I like the gameplay of collecting masks and them having different effects. I like the whole one-shot kill thing. That's kind of cool. The fact that it feels like you're on the same level as the opponents until obviously you get the bosses, which can take like 1,000 hits and shit like that. But Hotline Miami is a very good game. I'll dig into Hotline Miami 2 eventually. Super Castlevania 4. It's a better Castlevania 1. But it's not like head and shoulders better than that, so I'm going to put it probably pretty good. Castlevania Bloodlines. Ooh. Castlevania Bloodlines is probably my favourite Castlevania game that I've played so far, so I'm going to put it in Blockbuster. The really cool things with the two playable characters. I love the look of everything, because it's on the blast processing of the fucking Sega Genesis or Mega Drive, whatever you all call it. It's really stylish. The music's amazing. Bosses are really fun, and I really like Castlevania Bloodlines. Sonic Forces, right? Here's a big one. Sonic Forces isn't that bad. It's no the best game in the world, but it's not that bad either. It's very much like, I played it and I was like, you know what, this game's gonna make someone very, very happy, because you make your wee OC that, I think mine are based off Lily, because I went, she's walking about, I'll make it Lily, and they high-five Sonic, and Sonic goes, you're my best pal, and then they speed through it together, and I was like, this will make Sonic fans very, very happy. It's decent. So Sonic Forces, but it is ridiculously short. It's probably I've beaten it in like 3 hours. I think it was the first game I beat in that sort of time scale, and I'll put Taifu down one. I think again, I really like Taifu, but Police Knots in the top. That's a choice. I fucking love Police Knots. I don't want there are some annoyances with it, like you have to talk to characters tons of times to actually get that out, but I just loved everything about Police Knots. I had a great time. The hard bit's going to be choosing between Police Knots and the other game which will come up, Tenchu Fatal Shadows, which was the fourth Tenchu game, I believe. Wait, Tenchu 1, Tenchu 2 is prequel, Tenchu 3 is Wrath of Heaven, Tenchu 4, there we go. So it's Tenchu 4. I played the PS2, and that was my first time playing it because I'd never played this one so far. Very short. What was there was good shit, but it never reached the heights of Tenchu 1, 2, or 3. It's good. Put it at the bottom of pretty good, but it's not like amazing, you know? The Shape-Shifting Detective. Again, a game I had a lot of fun streaming. I think I enjoyed it more than Dr. Decker. I'm probably going to put it and take a look at this, boys, because it's a really interesting and fun sort of... I was going to say, it's not a visual novel, adventure game, FMV adventure game, there we go, that's a better way to say it. Bullet Witch, right? Bullet Witch, Bullet Witch is a big budget game. Well, not big budget, it's a big, budget game. It's very low budget. It's a fun action game that I have a lot of love for, but I can't put it anywhere higher than, you know, bottom 30, because it's held back a lot by its budget, and it's very janky. It's very, very janky, but I can't love it. It's not like, I'm talking, I'm trying to think of a way to describe it. It's like a game that isn't great, but you enjoy it, if you get what I mean. Right, Dark Cloud. Oh, this one's tough. Dark Cloud is 90% of a very good game. Hey, Cashy, how you doing, pal? 90% of Dark Cloud is a very good game. But, well, no, 90. I'll say 98% of it is very good, but that final boss, fuck me, was rough. And the straight thing is, you remember the final boss because obviously the last thing you've done. Dark Cloud, I'll probably put it in take a look at its poses. Because it's still a really cozy PS2 RPG up to that point. Like, don't worry, the story is not there. Like, there is a story, but it doesn't, nothing, it's like Kingdom Hearts. Like, you do your story, you introduce yourself, and then the story all happens at the end, you know? The stuff in the middle isn't really important in the slightest, which is a shame, but aye. Anyways, White Day 2, Ben. Like, I was so disappointed with White Day 2, so let down. It was, is it in the bottom? That thing, Barbie Explorer was shite, but White Day 2 was just really disappointing. Like, it was just, good thanks, bit low energy days, I had a big few days, how are you? I'm fine, I can't complain the slightest. I'm now, currently just ranking every game I played. Oh my god, there's so many left to do. Right, we'll speed this up a little bit. So Sonic Heroes. Sonic Heroes is a good 3D Sonic game that overstays its welcome. Because if each of the campaigns were half in length, I'd enjoy it more. If they didn't reuse levels constantly, if it wasn't the same boss fights you were doing all the time. But I like the initial ideas it does. So Sonic Heroes, I'll put it in the top of bargain bin, I think. Transformers War for Cybertron. War for Cybertron is a really good shooter. As a Transformers game, has a lot of fucking cool lore. But at the end of the day, it's pretty short. Take a look at the boys. If you like Transformers, play the War for Cybertron and the Fall for Cybertron games. They're both very good. Pandemonium. Oh, Pandemonium's fucking solid, boys. I never thought Pandemonium was gonna be that hard, ever. And then I got round to playing it, and Jesus Christ, Jesus, it was rough, like ridiculously difficult. I like that. The thing is, I like the idea of the transforming bits, like when you transform into like the different animals, so you can do things. But I feel they never quite. They do it sometimes, but they don't do it as much as they could. I think I'll prefer Pandemonium 2. Not played that yet. Anyway, X-Men Destiny. I had a good time with X-Men Destiny. Was it the best X-Men game? But nope, not by far. Was it? It was a bit generic. It was Silicon Knight's last game. It was very generic film. I think I had more fun on it on stream because we were playing as a big jock and we were making fun of him, and then it's obviously spending time with X-Men was always cool. But I'm gonna put it in the bottom 30 because it's, oh my god, right. We went from something that I kinda liked due to sort of fan service, I think. Actually, I'll put it in bargain bin because I still did enjoy the game when it came to, like, you know, the whole choices with X-Men and all that. I did play it just after X-Men 97, so I was in that sort of state of fucking adoring X-Men. Ride to Hell Retribution. So, even some of the worst games I ever played, take White Day 2 for example. White Day 2 still had alright atmosphere, and Barbie Explorer had even one or two fun bits with platforming. Or, well, Mickey's Way Adventure was just solid, but Ride to Hell Retribution, every bad game at least has one or two things that it does okay. Nothing in Ride to Hell Retribution worked. The driving was dog shit and glitched out constantly. The hand-to-hand combat was awful. The shooting was awful. The story was awful. The character models were awful. Mind when you had the fully clothed sex scenes with the female characters that were only there so you could save them, have sex with them, and then never think about them again. Ride to Hell Retribution might not only be the worst game on this list. It might be the worst game I've ever played. Ride to Hell was dog shit. Absolute dog shit. Right, now we've got the what's it called? The something case of Dr. Decker. the infectious madness of Dr. Decker. Very similar to Shapeshifting Detective, actually very similar. But it was a fun sort of FMV game. I didn't quite understand the gimmick for the first couple of streams. Right, the streams were so fun though. I'm not saying the streams are bad. This is just judging the games. I done a tier list last time, which was the streams, and I noticed that it was very uneven. It was like they were all I was like S tier, and it was always shiters, and I was like, right, no, maybe I'll just rank the games that I've played. But Right Tail, I had a good time streaming it because it was like, right, this game is embarrassing. Like, it fails at everything, you know. But Infectious Madness Dr. Decker was a lot of fun. Again, it got quite a few stream memes that Sean still brings up with your wee boy, the Gravedigger. But I'll put it in pretty good because I think it's Shapeshifting Detective has a lot more polish and is a bit more focused, while Dr. Decker is kind of shooting on all cylinders. If you know what I mean, like it's trying a lot of stuff. Some of it works, some of it doesn't, and there's a lot of. I felt like with Shapeshifting Detective, everything wrapped up, and even the ones who like. Basically, what it does is when you start as Dr. Decker or Shapeshifting Detective, it chooses who the killer is, like randomly. But Dr. Decker, I feel like it brought up quite a lot of plot lines that never converged and never came to fruition, if you know what I mean, if that's a word. While Shapeshifting Detective done that, it still brought up all everyone's things and still sort of tied them together so that everything was connected. Even though we found out who the murderer was, if you get what I mean. But anyways. Silent Hill 2. Silent Hill 2 might not only be one of the best games I've ever seen, maybe one of my favourite games ever. I fucking loved Silent Hill 2. Silent Hill 2 was fucking amazing. It was the first time properly playing through it. The writing was great. The voice acting was amazing. It still looked fucking good for a PS2 game. Or, you know, it still looked really good. Some of the most powerful writing I've ever had in any piece of media. If you don't know the twist, avoid it. It's so fucking good. Play Silent Hill 2. Can't. Right, boys, now we've got a weird one. We have the PSP version of The Sims 2. Now, for those who don't know, this is set apart from the other Sims games quite differently because this is not a life simulator. This is an adventure game. Your character, I think our character was just called Mikey and dressed like a cowboy, and you were just dropped into Strangetown, Strangeville, I can't remember, and you had to discover the weird mysteries in there. Now, I did not expect when I started the Sims game to be employed to cuck someone's wife, to deprogram a robot. I didn't think I'd enter a cult who I'd end up taking over and summoning a giant monster. I think I'd end up dealing with vampires. I don't think I'd end up dealing with... It was mental, absolutely fucking insane. What a wild, insane game. Yeah, gotta get to Strangetown, get up there. Oh, it was so fucking good. Sims 2, I'm gonna put it in the blockbuster section. What a fucking good game. I was genuinely shocked at how much I enjoyed it, and the writing was so good. Literally, one of the main plot points is everyone going like, you don't see that big fucking green triangle above your head? What the fuck's it doing? And it was controlling everyone. So fucking good. Go out your way to play Sims 2 on the PSP. I'm gutted to figure out that the rest of them aren't the same with like that adventure game-ness. So all our ones on the PSP are kind of just like Sims 3, but you know, like on the PC, you know? Oh fuck, Eggs of Steel bin. Eggs of Steel was weird. It felt very much like, you know, like Heart of Darkness, like a cinematic platformer, if that makes sense. I don't know what the proper term for it is. The game was solid. The game was not fun. Charlie was one of the most annoying characters I've ever met in a video game or ever came by or whatever. It was awful. The gameplay was so fucking weird. What the fuck, Atlas? What the fuck? I was not a fan of Eggs of Steel in the slightest. Bin. Oh. Was it worse than... I can't put Mickey's Wild Adventure below Eggs of Steel. The same with Pandemonium. And Death by Degrees is just boring, so I'll put it in. Deadly Premonition 2. Oh, boys. Deadly Premonition 2 was the most disappointing game. Oh my god, still so many games I think I've ever played. I was so let down with Deadly Premonition, which is why it's going right at the bottom. Now, the final boss in the final chapter was great fun, because that's the only time it felt like Deadly Premonition. There are times it felt like some weird fucking, what was it, like shit you'd find on like Steam Greenlight years ago. you know, some fucking asset flip that was just randomly put on the fucking the store. So, like, you know, the games you see for like literally pennies on Steam and are literally made out of like, you know, Unity store assets. It felt like that, and the writing wasn't there. It was just shite. I was so disappointed with it. But going from one thing that has shite writing to one thing that has great writing. Right, actually, we'll go with the first chapter first, because that makes sense, right? Batman Telltale. I had a fucking great time with Batman Telltale. Because I think all Telltale games are relatively well written. There's some I've not played. I've not played the Jurassic Park one, which I know Jason loves. I've not played the Game of Thrones one, which I know Kieran loves. But I really enjoyed myself with Batman. I probably put the first Batman was good. Like, it was really fun with the whole sort of Bruce Wayne's family actually being wrongians and all that. But the dynamic with Bruce and the Joker and the second one, dear God, blockbuster. I fucking loved. Like, actually, I'm probably we're gonna have to move things about, but I'll put this above the first one. Like, they're still both very good games. We're nowhere near it, but what Mad Art for Hellbleed? What one did I get for Hellbleed? Oh, that one. Because boys, I'll be honest, Jason, I hate the art on Hellbleed. The weird fucking big doll face. I just don't like it. Like, Transformers Fall of Cybertron, also very, very good. I'll probably put neck and neck, probably just above War for Cybertron, but they're both very good. Oh, and I forgot to say, what I'll do with Tier Maker is, like, so see if a game here is here, that's like number 1, and if a game's here, it's like number 10 basically. But here we go. The Escape from Monkey Island, which was the most recent Monkey Island game that I played. This is the 4th one, and Monkey Combat was quite possibly one of the worst things I've ever done on stream. Monkey Combat was awful, absolutely awful. There was a lot of RNG puzzles that were like, what do you call it if it's what's that term? Like, it's RNG, but it's you keep trying and trying and trying, and eventually you'll get it. There wasn't many logic. There was some logic puzzles at the start. Like, I was really enjoying the first 2/3 of the game. I was like, this is good. It's a bit iffy in some puzzles, but the latter half really focuses on RNG and things like Monkey Combat, which was absolutely dreadful. Trial and error, that's the one. So I'm gonna put it in the bargain bin. I'm really sorry, Monkey Island, but don't worry, there'll be much better ones coming up and seeing what we got. Right, Rental, which Rental was a really fun, about 20. It was made in a game jam. It's like a 15-minute, 20-minute wee horror game. Really fun, really unique. There's not much to it outside of gathering stuff and going through a maze. So I'll put it in the pretty good. I can't, in good conscience, put it above like that. But Rental's pretty good, and I've actually got my eye on the studio that made it, because I'm like, right, you guys are actually pretty cool, and I'm really interested in what you do next. Forgotten Realms Demon's Stone. It was fine. It was a generic fantasy action game that I just wanted to beat because, well, never beat it as a kid. And here, Deadpool, right? Oh, I've got mixed feelings about this, because I played this because obviously I watched Deadpool Wolverine and I really enjoyed that movie. But the Deadpool game, Deadpool is so fucking annoying. It's very much the Deadpool, like, seeing the 90s comics and now in the comics, Deadpool is really well written because he uses humor to cover up his, his insecurities and his fears and stuff like that. This Deadpool was just lol XD random, and his joke, like, for example, jokes in a Deadpool movie never are, what's the word? Never at the expense of the story or anything like that. Like, they might break the fourth wall, but they're never like overshadowing it. They're never taking drama away. They're never doing any of that. This game, all the fucking time, the story basically doesn't matter. Mr. Sinister gets introduced, a couple of X-Men get introduced, but it's just so Deadpool can make random XD jokes. In fact, there was a whole segment where for about 20 minutes you just disappear, and Deadpool, for no apparent reason, ends up in a fucking clown circus. He's scared of clowns, and tacos start flying everywhere, and he's like, and Deadpool's just shouting out references and stuff like that. And there is a fucking Pimp My Ride reference, which this game came out in 2013, which I think Pimp My Ride was about before that. Gameplay wise, it's fine. It plays very similar to like the War for Cybertron and Fall of Cybertron because it was High Moon. But I've got to put it in the bargain bin. I'm sorry, guys. It's pretty rare now, but I wouldn't say it's worth the money that it's getting charged for. Shadow of the Colossus, top 10. Shadow of the Colossus is not only in the top 10 best games I've streamed, it's in my top 10 favourite games ever. It's a fucking masterpiece. If you haven't played Shadow of the Colossus in any of its forms, like the PS2 version, the HD collection that was on the PS3, the Blue Point remake that was on PS4, it's been released, basically it's always on Sony consoles, but you know what I mean, it's been released in multiple times. Play it. The remake is just the same game, so if you're not getting, there's not a bad version of the game, go play the game. It's fucking amazing. So fucking good. Basically, it's you fight these big kaiju, but they're actually like moving puzzles. I fucking adore it. I keep meaning to go back and play Ico or Ico, however you say it, because I've never actually played that. I'll get around to that eventually, and then play fucking The Last Guardian eventually, because I'll need to eventually play that. Because I just love Shadow of Colossus so much, so fucking good. Making this a cross course bin. Not even a second of thought. Was it worse than Exo Steel? No, because at least it was short. Last Guardian, fuck shit. I was waiting for you to come up because I remember you were ranting about the big fucking Doug that wasn't listening to you. I need to put time into it, and actually I will enjoy. I got a feeling I'll enjoy it if I put time into it and stuff like that. But I love Shadow of Colossus. But anyway, what was I saying? What did I put down there? Making Ashley. Tenchu Stealth Assassins. I love the Tenchu series. I don't know if I've mentioned that before, but the first Tenchu was really fun. Really, it has some really cool ideas. It's very primitive, because this is like, I think it's even pre-Metal Gear Solid when it comes to like stealth action games on the PS1. But I fucking love Tenchu games, so it's in pretty good, because obviously I think it's getting a bit busy and take a look at its posies. Sly 3, right? Sly 3. Because there's still some really good games in the. I'll put Sly 3 in the top of Blockbuster because I love Sly 3. It's probably my favourite of the Sly trilogy. Oh, I don't know. I'll keep that there for now. I'll move that around. Parasite Eve, fucking amazing. Parasite Eve, again. I'm gonna say this a lot, but it's probably one of my favourite games ever. It's definitely my top 10. I played it the first time on stream and it blew me away. This cinematic survival horror RPG that felt like do you ever play a game, boysies, and you're like, I feel like this was made for me. I feel like Parasite Eve was made for me. Shame that the sequels never quite got to where it was. But the original Parasite Eve is a fucking masterpiece. Go play it. It's so fucking good. Fucking adore it. It's Tenchu 2. Ooh, Tenchu 2 was a very good sequel. I'll take a look at this, boysies. Very fun. One mission though I hated, and that was the one you had to kill everyone in the level without getting seen, and that went on forever. The 3 playable characters feel very different, which is really cool, and you're doing. I like that. What I say about Sonic Heroes where they reuse levels. They reuse a lot of levels in this, but you'll be doing them from different places. You'll be doing different things. Really works. While in fucking Sonic Heroes, you're still doing the same fucking shit, you know. Anyways, or you'll fight different bosses and stuff. Tenchu 2 is very, very good. Metal Gear Acid. Oh, right, okay, it's getting a bit crowded on top. Metal Gear Acid 2 is a really fun stealth card game. It's really interesting. I'll put it in Blockbuster. I really enjoy it. It's like my boy game. It's a spin-off to Metal Gear Solid. It's really, there's nothing else quite like it. It's like playing Metal Gear Solid, but you can only move and attack using playing cards. And it's really, really cool. Again, there's nothing else quite like it. Dark Souls, right? Hot take. Dark Souls 1 is very, very good. But I think if I put it anywhere below top 10 or fucking Blockbuster, I'd get fucking stabbed. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, we've got 3 more in top 10. Oh, it's gotta get tricky. Gotta take a wee quick look what we've got. Yeah, it's gotta get tricky. But well, that's why we move things about. Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes. Right, Twin Snakes is Twin Snakes was good. It was my first time actually playing through Metal Gear Solid 1, because I don't think I've ever played a demo of Metal Gear Solid 1 on the PS1. Twin Snakes was really, really fun. I don't get why people have this hatred for it. Put it in Blockbuster. Really fun game, really fun time. Where'd I put it? Love Bloodlines, I think, about here, but again, I'll move things about afterwards. Boss fights are really, really good, but again, Metal Gear Solid boss fights are always fucking amazing. I think that's what I was really missing, and... Right, 6, we got 3 more in top... Wait. Well, 7, 8, 9... 4! Fuck! Lads, I'm very tired, and Megan's not here to help me. Better than Metal Gear Solid... How fucking dare you? Metal Gear Solid 3 is my 3rd favourite game ever made. I've not streamed it, though. Right. Oh, boys. Right. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles beat 'em up. It's fine. It's fun. It's really fun. As a beat 'em up, is it the best beat 'em up ever made? Not really. But it's a fun beat 'em up. Yeah, that's all I can really say. If you like TMNT, it's a good time. The Simpsons arcade game. Ooh, top a bargain bin. Or bottom of a bargain bin, because the Simpsons arcade game was. Do you like the colour green and mud? Oh, class, sign me up. Metal Gear Solid 3 is fucking amazing, Kieran. Just... Oh, anyways. The Simpsons game. Right, so this was made alongside Season 1. So, you think with Simpsons games, like say Hit and Run, for example, it's very based on references, you know? Which is kind of what you want in a game like that. But Simpsons games are alright, it's a fine beat 'em up. It's okay. Like, it's a Konami beat 'em up, so you know it's gotta be up to a certain quality. But... it's not. It's weird. Like, for example, Moza random enemy. It's just really strange. Like Smithers is robbing the bank, but anyway, all I need to say is embrace nothingness. The Simpsons arcade. I'll put it a bit higher. I'll probably put it above Wizard of Oz. Yeah. Professor Layton, the curious. Oh fuck! I forget I need to deal with all the Professor Layton games and choose one of them. I fucking love Professor Layton. Put it in Blockbuster. I'll worry about the moving things around afterwards, but Professor Layton, fucking, I love me some puzzles, and the first 3 Professor Layton games are very, I don't want to say they're the same, they're very similar. Actually, I'll put 4 of them in there. You know, there's not really much of a technological jump between 1 and 4, but they're very samey, but they're just very good. I fucking love them. I love the stories, I love the characters, I love the puzzles, I need to get back to playing Professor Layton. I think I've got 2 DS ones to play? Well, 2 or 3DS ones, that's what I meant to say. Raiden, better than any boring Big Boss related shite. Kieran fucking loves Metal Gear Rising. Metal Gear Rising's good. House of the Dead. Oh, House of the Dead. Where'd I put the first House of the Dead? I'll put it bottom pretty good. Because House of the Dead, really fun light gun game, I meant to say. But the sequels are just so much better than it. Specifically House of the Dead 3 and 4, and then Scarlet Dawn, which is in arcades now, looks fucking amazing. But the first House of the Dead is pretty good. It's like, it's hard to judge. The remake, okay, I'll judge the remake then. The remake had no content. It just had the original arcade run, and that was it basically. You could have added in even House of the Dead 2. Metal Gear Rising shite. Metal Gear Rising's good. The Aliens beat 'em up. Oh, Aliens beat 'em up was weird. I went to a stage where I played a bunch of beat 'em up, and we're gonna get a few of them in a row now I can see. So we'll put Simpsons in bargain bin, we'll put TMNT in pretty good, and we'll probably put Aliens top of bargain bin. But X-Men, the X-Men beat 'em up. Welcome to Die X-Men, because you're in a pretty good tier. And X-Men will be joined. Actually, I like X-Men beat 'em up better than Castlevania, and the X-Men beat 'em up, which is really fucking good. Based heavily off of the Pride of the X-Men animated pilot. So there's some weird characters that turn up. Dazzler's heavily featured in it, which is class. Get more weird X-Men featured. But I have a special place in my heart for the X-Men beat 'em up. And Turtles in Time is take a look at its boys. Possibly one of my favourite beat 'em ups ever. Beat 'em ups are good. I love playing beat 'em ups just to sort of zone out, and you know, you don't have to put much thought into them. Do you like shite music and anime pish? Sign me up. I do like those things. Back in Glasgow 2 days and he's lost it. It's because we brought up fucking Metal Gear Rising. Boys, are you ready for the biggest surprise in the world? See Persona 4 Golden? See that game? I never shut the fuck up about. See this game right here? Persona 4 Golden? Persona 4 Golden is not only the best game I've ever streamed, it is my favourite game of all time, and it is probably never getting knocked off that perch. Persona 4 Golden is fucking amazing. Bottom 30. That's what they just, the big heel turn. Ghostwire Tokyo. Ghostwire Tokyo was pretty good. It was an open world. It was kind of like a Far Cry game. If you get what I mean, same idea. You know, you get a towers, open up sort of side missions to do. You're fighting Japanese ghosts, which was kind of fun, but it's not left a massive impression on me. So I'll put it bottom of pretty good. I think I'll put it above the House of the Dead remake. Right, listen, we're all young once. That's true. Nobody's that young. If it makes it any better, I'm deeply embarrassed by it. No, you're not. Right, White Day. White Day is an interesting game. Mainly because I have not even begun to scratch the surface of it, because I just found out while looking up stuff for White Day 2, there is a full second playthrough that I never done, including a second main character. There are tons of different endings. There's certainly so much fucking content. But it's your usual stalker horror. Like, I seen Jason put up a tweet on my Discord, and it was like someone saying, because of White Day, I'll call stalking horror Janny horror now, because the Janny chased down. And I'll tell you what, this fucking janitor chases you down something awful in White Day. He gets a sniff of you, and he will not leave you alone. Like, he's like a shark with blood in the water. So White Day. Would I recommend White Day as a game? I'll put it down here with Ghostwire, I think, because it's got a lot of stuff going for it. It's got a really interesting story. I mean, my first gig was Disturbed. Ooh, I think it was my first gig was built for my Valentine. Right, press the light in Pandora's box. Oh god, this is gonna hurt. I need to choose between. I think Pandora's box might. Oh, is it my fate? I'll put all three of the press lightings together. Actually, let me have a look. Press the light and press the lighting. Where is that? Up the top. There's Unknown Future. And where's the Spectre's Call? Right, we'll worry about that later on. We'll worry about that. And Blockbuster, we'll worry about that later. TMNT Mutants in Manhattan. Ooh. So I played it single player because I used to watch The Amazing Atheist, right? We all grow. So did I, Kieran. Solidarity and cringe. But anyways. I used to watch everything that came out of Channel Awesome. Everything. And I mean everything. Anyways. Turtles in Time, not Turtles in Time. Mutants in Manhattan is a fun beat 'em up, but playing it single player, not the same. I imagine it's made by Platinum Games, and it is interesting. It's in the IDW comics continuity. I'll put it above Deadpool because I did enjoy it more than Deadpool, but it's not the same if you're playing it single player. But considering it's in the IDW comics continuity, which I fucking adore, the TMNT IDW comics, and I can't recommend them enough. It's fine, but some needs to be in the bottom 30, like Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories. Right. Put your guns down, boysies. Forbidden Memories. We all had good memories playing it. The first half of it is really fun. It's got a very limited card pool, so everyone ends up with the same deck, basically. But it is a fucking RNG nightmare at the end. In fact, the final boss just has every card in the game and can just play them in any order. And it's fucking shite. It is a mess of a game to beat at the end. And because of the limited card pool, you feel like you're playing against the same people over and over again, you know? It's a bullshit game. Absolute bullshit. And I got so angry when I was playing it that I just opened up a cheat menu, gave myself every single card in the game, and just went, fuck this, nah, fuck this game, no having this shite. I've beaten it legit once years ago. But that taken a lot of grinding and very good luck. I've beaten that so I started that playthrough when I was about 12 years old, and I used to play it like when I was studying for exams and shit. I say study. I never studied for exams. I would just sit at home. Oh yeah, I'm doing that. I would be, watching videos and mindlessly doing fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! Grinding. So I have beaten it, but I regret all the thing I put into that game. You know a game's cheap when Mikey willingly admits to cheating it? No, that game deserved it. That game 100% deserved it. So you're only allowed to have 3 of the same card, right? And basically what I put in this big, basically I got my big strongest monster out. Kaiba brought out one of his 3-headed dragons. I killed 3 of them, and I was like, right, that's it. I can finally beat him. I can finally win this. My card was a bit weaker because I had like a buff that was only on for a little bit, and then suddenly he brings out another card. Like, no, fuck this. Big 3-headed dragon murders you. Fuck that game. Anyway, Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger's an absolute classic. It completely lives up to the reputation it's got. Oh, could move about. We'll put that in the upper. Neon White, fucking amazing game. I've had a great time with Neon White. Really unique, very focusing on big focus on speed running and getting to the fast. It's a very Toonami anime plot, which isn't a bad thing because it kind of works for the game. But there's categories for RNG manipulation and without for memories. I made it start to drown me out. Ah, I see. There we go. I say it's a song. I think it's just the. I'll turn it down a little bit. There we go. Right, Neon White. Oh, Neon White, where I put that blockbuster. Fucking loved the Neon White. Again, that's one I got really into. Actually, I still play it on the Steam Deck, trying to get better times. Fucking love Neon White. Dino Crisis. Oh, Dino Crisis is a hard one because I like dinosaurs. I like Resident Evil. I had a good time playing it, but very limited enemies. The fact that there was limited ammo in the game, but unlimited enemies just respawn. So combat is useless basically unless you're fighting bosses. I'm gonna put it in pretty good. Put a bit neck and neck with Nemesis because it's good, but there's a lot of negatives that drag it down as well. Time Splitters Future Perfect. And take a look at this, boys. Time Splitters Future Perfect is fucking amazing. It was probably the swan song of like PS2 first-person shooters if your name wasn't Killzone, and I just fucking adore Time Splitters. The obviously time traveling blend and weird timelines you go to, weird weapons you use, really unique, really fun time. I only played through the story. I didn't touch the challenges for the stream, but I had a fucking great time doing it. If you can, I think they've just been. You've got 3 spaces left. Oh right, we'll count it down. I'm gonna have to be a bit tight. I'm gonna move around a lot. Right, Tomb Raider Anniversary. Tomb Raider Anniversary is a remake of Tomb Raider 1, and it's alright. I had a fun time playing it, but it wasn't anything world changing. Yeah, I had an alright time with Tomb Raider Anniversary. I'm not a massive Tomb Raider fan though. I like the remake game, not remake, the reboot. But that's the one I've played from that series. I've never actually played Rise of Tomb Raider or Shadow of Tomb Raider. But I need to go back and play more of them because I've got a bunch of them on Steam. I've got a bunch of them physically. I should actually get into them as well. It's a series that I've never dug into as much as what I probably should have. Altered Beast bin. Altered Beast was a remake of the. But the thing is, I don't like the original that much either. I like the idea of the transforming and you fight the big monsters and stuff. But it's just really cheap. It's really edgy story. The only cool things about it are the transformation scenes, but it's just a bland action game that's very derivative of other things. Like the story's just from Resident Evil, you know. But it's like it's very bland. That's all I can say about it. But I like Bullet Witch. I'll put Bullet Witch up off them. Guardians of the Galaxy Telltale, right? Mine BAFTA named Lara Croft is the greatest video game character or some shit. Someone's fucking dad was on one. I think Lara Croft is like culturally important, if you know what I mean, but they were very much embarrassed. Like, let's be honest. Let's be completely honest, boys. If you're gonna say the most important or the greatest video game character, it's Mario. Mario or fucking Pac-Man, probably Mario, you know. But I think it was just a bunch of BAFTA boys that were embarrassed to say this wee red and blue plumber. It's not really got a plot, so we'll say Lara Croft because that's a bit more seemingly acceptable. If you get what I mean. Guardians of the Galaxy Telltale, that was good. It was. I'll move House of the Dead down and put the Guardians in. It was good. But the thing is, the plot it's not stuck with me, if you know what I mean. So I had a good time playing it. I remember that, but I don't think it was one of Telltale's best. It certainly wasn't up there with Batman and like Walking Dead and shit like that. It was probably just fine, you know. Felix the Cat, boys. The first game I tried to actually speedrun this years ago, and I have a weird love for this game. It's a very basic 2D platformer based around the movie and the character Felix the Cat. It's just very basic. It's on the original Game Boy, so what are you expecting? Top of bargain bin. It's fine, but it is very, 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 very basic. Tony Hawk's Underground. Oh, probably my favourite of the Tony Hawk's games. I'll put it near the top of Take a Look at His Posies. And also, it's got the best bad guy in video game history. Fuck Eric Sparrow. I can't remember the soundtrack because I muted it on stream and just had my own soundtrack in the background. But anyway, Scooby-Doo Classic Creep Capers. This one was chosen by Megan because Megan played this as a kid. It's Baby's first Monkey Island. It's Baby's first Maniac Mansion. I can't put it any higher than bargain bin. It's very basic. Like, it's just Baby's first adventure game. And it's really short. I think I only beat it in like an hour and a half. I think I beat it in 9 minutes. Which was fine. Somebody dig him up. What's happened? Who needs dug up? Right, here we go. Tony Hawk, We're nearly there, boys, we're nearly there. My voice is starting to hurt, so we're nearly there. Resident Evil 0. Ooh, I really like Resident Evil 0. But where will I put it? I'll put it in the Take a Look at His Posies. I think it's really underrated. People really dislike the game. I really like this. I wish it had co-op. That was the only thing. I wish it had co-op. But Resident Evil 0, I really enjoy it. I don't think I've ever finished 0. I prefer it over the original Resident Evil. That's my hot take. Here we fucking go, boys. The Ring Terror's Realm with the best soundtrack ever. Then, not only has it got a weird soundtrack, the plot is fucking insane. But it's Poundland Resident Evil. It's Poundland whatever survival horror was on at the time. Like, finally some good games. But yeah, there was no reason to play the Ring Terror's Realm when fucking Code Veronica was out on the same console. But anyway, Luigi's Mansion. I'd never played before this. I'd never played this before on stream. I had a really fun time with Luigi's Mansion. I'll probably put it in Take a Look at His Posies. I've still to finish 3, but I really enjoyed 1. I thought 1 was a really unique little game, and especially just randomly out there for Nintendo just to bring out a kinda horror-y Luigi game, you know? I really like first one. The best Dreamcast survival horror. You didn't finish that. That's the one that was on the DS, wasn't it? No, DS, 3DS, yeah. And it's just had a recent port now. Operation Raccoon City wasn't as bad people made it out to be, but I can't put it any higher than bargain bin. It's basically SOCOM meets Resident Evil fanfiction because you are these cool, edgy characters, and you're meeting everyone's favourites. Look, there's Leon. Look, there's Claire. You're hunting them down. Look, there's Mikhail. You know, you can have a boss fight with him. Look, there's a nemesis. There's a tyrant. It was cool that they added in the second campaign for free. That was kind of cool, where you played the Spec Ops members, which that felt more like a full game when it was the 2 of them. Otherwise, it would have felt really short, but it was fine, you know. Clock Tower 1. So this was actually Jason that suggested I play this, because Jason suddenly got randomly obsessed with the first Clock Tower game, and I was looking for horror games to play, and I thought, fuck it, Clock Tower, why not? So Clock Tower 1. I really liked Clock Tower 1, how fucking weird and stylish it was. I liked that it was just fucking Phenomena, just completely ripped off Jennifer Connelly from that, the weird Dario Argento atmosphere, which honestly hasn't really been used again in games, you know, just that weird giallo atmosphere, you know. Like, some games I've tried, but that atmosphere from the first one was really fucking cool, really intense. I love the aesthetic. Oh yeah, the aesthetic's really cool. I'll pick up the remaster, especially I've seen that's got like that animated cutscene in the intro, and I'm really, really interested in the remaster. Deadly Premonition. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I played the PC port of Deadly Premonition, which is a fucking state. But I cannot tell you the amount of joy that Deadly Premonition given me. Mark glitching through the fucking roof of his bed. The car not going up the hill because the physics was fucked. But just overall, the pure weirdness and joy that game gave me until that fucking downer of an ending. Boris Kasem being a fucking weirdo. Okay, maybe I think maybe talked myself out of... That's the thing. I don't know if I can put it above Chrono Trigger. I just don't know if I physically can. Or above the Professor Layton games. Or Sly 3. Okay, maybe a bit there. Dead Premonition, a game so good that whatever you did to get the controls working messed up your future games and said, oh yes, they're still fucked. I still need to, whenever I play a game that's not on Steam, I need to close Steam. Otherwise, if I press start, it's escape. There's top 10 for that. We'll think about it. We think Haunting Ground. Top 10, yeah. I need to say top 10 for Haunting Ground. The best stalker survival horror there's ever been. Haunting Ground is so fucking good, so underrated, so sadly forgotten. But there was this weird era in late PS2 where there was a lot of survival horror games that were based around being a young girl and the fear of being stalked, you know, and the stuff immature and stuff like that. And they were really fucking good, which I'm sure we'll get into some of them later on, you know. And there's some I haven't played, to Silent Hill 3 and Rule of Rose. But Haunting Ground is fucking amazing. Atmosphere for fucking days. The best stalker system there has ever been in games, and I will fight anyone to death for that. Just fucking uninstall effects. What if he decides to play Deadly Premonition? No, I've tried to uninstall effects, but right, what I think it's done, I've uninstalled the fix, but it's went into Steam Big Picture mode and it's remapped the controls. That's what I think it's done, because it still does it. See, if I've just got Steam open, I press start, it'll do that. So I'll need to go and do that, but I just keep forgetting. Anyways, Metroid Zero Mission. Oh, it's getting really busy at the top. Oh, Metroid Zero Mission is really high up. It was my first time playing a Metroid game, and I was blown away by how much I enjoyed it. Oh, wait, I'll move something down. Right, I'll count this out later, but I love Metroid Zero Mission. Was blown away. It's not one like, kind of like, you have space for one more, and cool, right. Oh, instantly just a Sly Cooper game, which, and the first Sly Cooper, but take a look at his boysies. It's really good, but it's the first sort of, like, that's when he started walking. Sly 2 is when he started running, if you know what I mean. Sly 1, very, very good. Sly 2, fucking amazing. Sly 3, fucking amazing. But I love Sly 1, so I'll put it at the top of the take a look at boys, but we can move things about afterwards. Right. Here we go. I think my prediction for Hellblade pretty good, right. I'll talk about Hellblade and I'll place it and I'll see what prediction is. So, Hellblade is definitely one of the games I have ever played. I don't think I've ever played anything quite like it. It's radically different to anything else. It's so fucking weird. But, and I was saying this to Jason. Well, Jason was saying this to me, really. It's not glitchy. Like, don't know, there's some speedrun skips you can do. I can't say it's janky. Certainly cannot say that. It's unique is the best way to say it. And I had a really fun time playing it. I'm going to put it and take a look at its boysies. Because, again, I had a really good time playing Hellblade, and honestly, there's not much like that. You know, there's not much else like it. A better place than that. That's saying, Jason, I don't dislike the game Hellblade. I slag you because, you know, that's all you fucking talk about. You wake up in the morning, first thing you do is stroke your copy of Hellblade. and then you say hi to your partner, and then Chester, or whatever order. But you know what I mean. But Illbleed is, I thought, been pretty good tier. But it's like, let's be honest, if someone asked me for, I'm looking for something a bit different in the Dreamcast, I'd be like, here we fucking go, boysies, Illbleed, because, well, what games do you play as a fucking Woody doll where you go to hell after hanging yourself and fight Sonic the Hedgehog? Or what games do you fucking hunt down who is Killer Man and you find a big list of suspects and who is Killer Man? It's Killer Man. Let's be honest, boys. What games give you that? But it might move them. We'll see how it goes. Parasite Eve 2. Oh, this one's going to suck. So Parasite Eve 2 is a good survival horror game. It's based more of a survival horror game than RPG, because Parasite Eve was very much an RPG survival horror hybrid. It definitely is. You can definitely tell it's been influenced by Resident Evil. It's still a good game, but it's in a pretty good tier because it's not as good as Parasite Eve 1. Parasite Eve 1 is like fucking 10 out of 10. Parasite Eve 2 is like a strong 7 out of 10. Lord of the Rings Third Age, bargain bin. Very basic JRPG, very heavily inspired by Final Fantasy X. Actually, probably feels a lot from Final Fantasy X. But it's okay. Basically, it's your group of OCs that are just behind the party and all the Lord of the Rings things. You fight all the bosses that they do. You do everything they do, but you're just... basically, the idea is you guys are just off screen. It's okay. Nothing technically wrong with it, but nothing amazing with it either. We're nearly there, boys. We're nearly there. Deep breaths, right. Pokemon Omega Ruby. Take a look at this, boysies. Oh, I think I've just ran out of room in the take a look at this, boys. I put it in. Oh. I was going to put it high up. Fuck. Blockbuster. I'll put it in Blockbuster because I've done the permadeath run for it. And Gen 3 might be my favourite gen for Pokemon. Gen 3, Gen 2. That's 11 out of 29 volt. Right. I'll count them out afterwards in the moving round. But I really like it's a mainstream Pokemon game. You're gonna have a good time regardless, And Pokemon's just one of those, like, Omega Ruby is fucking class. And I love Mega Evolutions. I thought Mega Evolutions were really cool. They got rid of them. I like Dynamax. Well, Dynamax was kind of cool, but I hated, what was the one that was in Scarlet and Violet? Hated that. I thought it was shite when they turned into mad crystal things. Anyway, Sonic Adventure. Ooh, Sonic Adventure 1 bargain bin. It's just not aged great. And it's got Big the Cat missions, which I would... Oh god. Is this the CX price list? Well, they get everything in my up there is pretty expensive, so we'll say aye. Sonic Adventure 2. Oh, Sonic Adventure 2 I like better than Sonic Adventure 1. Put in pretty good, I think. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Oh, I've got more room. Cool. That one's it was always shite, especially Dark Souls. Nah, Sonic Adventure is aged perfectly. It was just always shite. I read that backwards, but Kingdom Hearts 1. Oh, Kingdom Hearts 1. So Kingdom Hearts is the fifth place mark. I've never actually played like Birth by Sleep or fucking the card one or anything like that, because I only played the mainline trilogy or the mainline series. Kingdom Hearts 1 has some teething problems. It feels very heavy going back and playing it, but I really enjoy Kingdom Hearts 1. I think it's like, music's fucking amazing. The story is very basic. The thing is, people pretend that Kingdom Hearts story is like the worst thing ever. It's no more nonsense than a Final Fantasy story or a Metal Gear Solid story. Kingdom Hearts 1 has an end segment. So it does, because is it Lance Bass? No. Voices Sephiroth, I think it is. It's not Lance Bass. Is it? Oh. I knew it was one of the ones that wasn't fucking Justin Timberlake. And you know who voices? Xehanort, the main bad guy? No, is it Xehanort? I can't remember the names. It's the mummy himself, Billy Zane. Billy Zane voices the main bad guy in Kingdom Hearts, which I completely forgot till I was playing through it, and I heard that voice, and This is just after I was playing it on the Switch, not Switch, the Steam Deck, and I heard that voice, and this was just after my Twin Peaks rewatch, and I was like, wait a second. Wait a fucking second. Anyways, Mario 64, Stinky. No, I can't put Mario 64 in there. Oh, where would I put Mario 64? So I never played this as a kid, so I don't have the same attachment to it as everyone else does. Put in bargain bin. That's the hot take. It's one of the best games I've ever. Ansem, that's it. Xehanort's the second one, isn't it? And then it ends up they're all the same person. Ansem, Xehanort, Xemnas, whatever the fuck. They're all the same person. It's weird. Ansem's the name of the first villain, that's it. And then it ends up Ansem's actually Christopher Lee. Kingdom Hearts is weird. But Mario 64, I've not got much love for that game, to be honest. Like, I can imagine for the time, breathtaking, amazing that you could do 3D at that, but there's just... I had an awful time with it. And I'm very bad at 3D platformers, as you can see from my streams. Right, what we're going to... First, the Secret of Monkey Island. Oh, I had a great time with this game. We'll move things about. I'll put it in Blockbuster for now. Actually, the first Monkey Island, I'll put it in the Take a Look at This Boysies. Because the first Monkey Island's probably... I think I like it a bit less than 2 and 3. But... very, very good game. Very fun game. Like, humour was fucking amazing. I had a great time playing it. Just a shame that it came around the time when all the killing dogs memes came up, and then suddenly there I was fucking poisoning dogs in it. If you want to see someone play Super Mario 64 well, watch my stream tomorrow. Here you go. If you're gonna put your going live post in my stream, I'm plugging mine here. Fair enough. Fair enough. Battle, right. Balan Wonderworld. Are you ready for this, boysies? It's not that bad, right? It's not the worst fucking thing ever made. It is, in fact, better than Mario 64, in my opinion. Aye, I fucking said that, right? I'm just waiting for Jason to fucking... I'm knocking my door and Jason just appears and just knock the fuck out of me. Balan Wonderworld's not that bad. In fact, Danny's got some good ideas. It just became this laughing stock, and then obviously Yuji Naka. All that shit went down, you know. But Balan Wonderworld isn't the worst thing in the world. In fact, I went back and played it a few times and had a fun wee time with it. It would be, see, if I think nowadays we cling on to like this game being the worst. Like Gotham Knights had this. Gotham Knights wasn't a bad game. Was it the Arkham games? No, it wasn't. But it wasn't up to the same standard of Arkham games. But it was pretty good. But people were on it as if like it was the worst thing in the world, as if it was a Right Tail Retribution, you know. Were you hit a bit too hard on Saturday? No, I just like Balan Wonderworld. Anyway, Snatcher. Oh, Snatcher's really fucking good. Do I like Snatcher or Policenauts more? Oh, I like both of them. Snatcher and Policenauts are both fucking great games. Both Hideo Kojima early ones. Oh, but I can't have them both in the top 10 because they're both very... Oh, God. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right, I'll keep Snatcher in the top 10 so far. I can move things around, don't worry. I'm just looking if we're gonna have anything in top 10 coming up. Right, Ninja Breadman. Cheap shovelware shite that was literally copy and pasted. Yeah, unless you got Arkham Knight PC. Where it was literally... Oh no, I meant Gotham Knights, which was the spin-off where you play as the Robins and Batgirl. Which, again, wasn't bad. I just noticed Sonic Forces above Mario 64. Yeah, what of it? I like Sonic Forces. Anyway, third birthday, shite. Right, so I'm never one to call character assassination. I'm never one to be like, oh no, they ruined this character, oh no. But fuck me, the damage they done to Aya Brea in that fucking that ending is so bad. I put up a video on YouTube and I've never had this where it says, right, you can put this video up, but you need to trim out this entire ending, and the ending that's on Twitch is muted. Square does not like that being online, that ending. But it's fucking shit. The thing is, it's a decent game, like it's a decent PSP shooter. it's weird because Aya's always like really strong and really really strong female character, and then this game suddenly it's the Metroid Other M thing, you know, where I don't know, it's just I was so fucking pissed off with what you call it, with their birthday, that it's definitely down. I was so disappointed, so angry with it, which I don't get angry at games, but Third Birthday's fucking character assassination of Aya Brea, yeah, deserved it. Anyways, Pokemon Heart Gold, my favourite Pokemon game. I will not be taking any more questions. I think the Gen 2 is absolutely perfect, and the remakes of it were perfect as well. I played the randomizer, so as my opinion on my streaming one's a bit different, but I have played through Pokemon Heart Gold about 3 times myself, and it's perfect. The only thing I can say about it, you know. Oh no, I'm still going. I'm ranking every game I've beaten on stream, so I'm nearly there. Clock Tower 2, or Clock Tower in the UK, or not UK, in US, in the UK, because, yeah, you know, fuck normal titles. This is Clock Tower, not Clock Tower. This is a sequel to Clock Tower, but anyway, I'm killing that joke. But so Clock Tower 2, more of the same really with Clock Tower 1. It goes with 3D graphics, which doesn't have the same style and ambience to it. It's good. Remember the bit where we got trapped in someone's house and Scissorman was chasing us, or Jimmy Scissors was chasing us, and the only way to get out was to get fucking washing powder and throw it in the dog's eyes? What a fucking... It's good. It's not like it's not the best Clock Tower game, but it's not the worst, because Ghost Head exists. But Clock Tower 2 is good as well. It's not as good as Clock Tower 1. Actually, where did I put Clock Tower 1? There, I put it in Blockbuster. Looking at, I don't know if I put it next to Kingdom Hearts. I put Kingdom Hearts a wee bit higher up, actually. I put that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wait, 2, 24. Right, so I can get 5 more and take a look at his posies. Well, I'll need, wait, 1, 2, I need to put more in the stinky pile. Have I got any more stinky games? I think I might have to move things down. Anyway, what I'll do, Spectre Woods, dog shit. Spectre Woods was embarrassing, was 20p on the PlayStation Store, and why was that ever allowed in the store? Embarrassing shite. At the game market last year, I still selling coasters of PS1 art, box art, and Clock Tower's one of them. Thought it was mental, but it looked cool. Oh yeah, it did look cool. I remember you sent me it, and for a split second I was like, oh my god, Jason. What? Like, just I thought it was rows of Clock Tower. Right, Far Cry Blood Dragon. Fine. Bottom are pretty good, I'd say. It's cool style, didn't overstay its welcome, but it was okay. I don't have any really strong feelings about it. It was fun. Would I recommend it? But it felt like if it overstayed, because it was really short, but I feel like that was perfect for it, because it would have overstayed its welcome if it went any longer than that. I really like Far Cry games, but I don't know if this is one I'd be diving back to replay. It was just cool to play it once, so I'd put it in the pretty good, I'd say. But again, it was a downloadable fucking side game, you know. X-Men Legends, right? I really love the X-Men Legends, as you can tell by X-Men Legends 2 being right up here. But X-Men Legends 1 is significantly harder. X-Men Legends 2 has a lot of what would you call them, quality of life changes that makes the experience a whole lot easier, and a lot it's got a much bigger roster. X-Men Legends 1 is pretty good, but there's a lot more room to improve with X-Men Legends 2, which it does. You've been playing only on stream and you beat that Ninja Buster, right? That boss has been pretty... I remember him being fucking solid, but I'm shite at video games. Super Princess Peach. That was pretty good, I enjoyed that. It was like a usual 3D platformer. I'll put him pretty good. Not 3D platformer, 2D platformer. It was okay for what it was. I was actually really impressed how much I enjoyed it. Hated how, basically, so I got to the end of the game, and then right before you get into the final castle, I was like, oh, by the way, did you catch every single toad in every single level? Like, no, because like 3 toads per level. So, well, you need to do that before you get into the castle. which I don't like. Like, fair enough, have like, you need to get X amount to get in here, like obviously Spyro, Banjo-Kazooie, Mario, but for it to be every single collectible in the game, not a fan of that. Right, what else have we got? Clock Tower 3, ooh. Clock Tower 3 is a very strange game. Very, very strange. I like the idea of every level being a different killer. It's very hokey compared to Clock Towers 1 and 2. It's unique. I'll say it again. And you have the whole bit where you turn to Sailor Moon at the end of fights. I like it, but the final boss is dog shit. And there's parts of it that really weigh it down. It's not as... It goes almost horror comedy in most places. It's as hokey as like Army of Darkness, but it's not bargain bin. It's probably bottom pretty good, I'd say. Sims Hit and Run, bottom stinky. I hated playing Sims Hit and Run. I hate that game. The game is like sold on Simpsons fan service, right? But the game isn't balanced properly. The times are way too short for missions. The missions are all very samey. Yeah, it's just not a very good game, but people decry it as one of the greatest PS2 games ever made, when I would put it in a stinky, in the stinky pile. Portal. Oh no, I want to put Portal on my top, but I've already put my top pretty heavy. I'll put it in here and I'll move it around. Portal 1's fucking class. Like, there's a reason it was like the random game they chucked into the orange box, and that was the one everyone fucking went mental for. This random first-person puzzle game, like, you know, you play with portals and shit like that, and it was very unique and very of the time. And you can beat Portal in about 3 hours, and it's usually see, whenever I think about, there's 2 games that do that to me. Shadow Colossus. If I even think about Shadow Colossus, I'll reinstall it and play through it in like a day. And the same with Portal. If I even start talking about Portal, I'll reinstall it and play through it in like a day. In like 3 hours, and I'll have a great wee time. Portal's so fucking good. But I've never actually played Portal 2. I should get round to that. Monkey Island 2. Ooh. Take a look at this, boys. Actually, I cannot in good conscience put Phantasmagoria above Monkey Island 2. Monkey Island 2 is fucking great. But it's not my favourite Monkey Island game. Because that should be... Oh my god, my dyslexia is killing me. The Curse of Monkey Island, I'll put that there. Where... Curse of Monkey Island, I'll probably put just below the Professor Layton games and above Portal. Monkey Island 2. I'll take a look at his boysies. I feel that number sort of works out a bit better. How the fuck is Chrono Trigger in your top, not in your top tier? Because I've limited it to like my... Actually, now that I think about it, I'll switch Dark Souls out for Chrono Trigger. Because Chrono Trigger's fucking amazing. There's going to be moving around afterwards. This is like all the games I've beat on stream. So I'm just trying to like... Sonic the Hedgehog 1. Oh. I'm sorry, boys. Organ Bin. Sonic the Hedgehog 1 is just a basic platformer. Well, it's not a basic platformer. So it's got the gimmick of the speed, but the levels aren't designed around being fast. It's designed very much like there's a lot of stop-start. I feel like with Sonic 2, you've really got into things of, you know, blasting through the fucking, like how fast, you know, blasting through things really fast. Well, Sonic 1 isn't designed the same way. Anyway, Resident Evil, the remake. Ooh. How particular boysies. Wait, where's Resident Evil 0? Because I like them about neck and neck, but I think I like Resident Evil 0 a bit better. But Resident Evil 1 is one of the best video game remakes ever, because it takes what really works with the original and plays to its strengths, and then throws out like the cheesy voice acting and the stuff that really takes you out of the experience. Right. The Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog, which was released... This is a free visual novel game that was released in April Fools. And I had a fucking great time with this, boysies. I'll put it pretty good. It's a really fun... Again, it's completely free, but a really fun murder mystery that happened. Like, basically all the Sonic characters go aboard this express, and it's going to be a murder mystery game. Sonic actually is killed for real. And you have to figure out, as your wee OC, who did it. It's charming, it's cute, it's fun. and I can't recommend it enough. It is free on Steam. Go download it. I can't put it any higher than, like, you know, Take a Look at Us Boysies, but Murder Sonic the Hedgehog is very good. Obscure, ooh, bargain bin. So I had a lot of really good positive memories about Obscure, because I thought Obscure was like this PS2 horror game that I felt only I found. Actually had some 41 in the soundtrack, but Obscure 1 and 2 were like they were like my PS2 games. You know, if you get what I mean, like I knew no one else talked about them. So I had this really positive image of them. I was like, oh, these games are actually really good. I went back and played them. They are just generic survival horror games, you know? Like, they're fine. But there's nothing really, apart from co-op, there's nothing really special to them. So put Obscure in the bargain bin. Sonic the Hedgehog 2, I'll put it up there with in the pretty good pile with actually how many have I got? So I'll put Sonic 2 in the Take a Look at Us Boysies. Sonic 2 is the first one that really gets the Sonic formula. Like, you know, basically gotta go fast. And Sonic 2 is really, really fun. Either, you know, really fun time because the levels are more based around speed and, you know, building up with speed and then shit like that. Though Chemical Plant can go fuck itself, and the final area can go fuck itself, but Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is probably my favourite Sonic game. Outside of maybe Generations, I'm not quite sure. Anyways, what have we got next? Banjo-Kazooie. Oh, I'm sorry, Jason. It's in the pretty good tier. I had such an awful time with a board game and the final boss. But Banjo-Kazooie's got charming little levels. It's a really fun 3D collectathon. But I think it's also just a case of when I didn't play as a kid, so I don't have that sort of memory of it. Yeah, that seems apt. Transformers Call of the Future, which was a Japanese-only Transformers game. So this game has like every Transformer at the time as a playable character. It's really cool. It's the only time I've been able to play Rodimus in a fucking game. The only time I've been able to play RC in a game. I've been able to play Galvatron in a game. It was really fun. But the game is a janky, cheap Dynasty Warriors clone. Which, please, what are the name of the people that make Dynasty Warriors? Give me Cybertronian Warriors, please. A Transformers Dynasty Warriors game, that'd be class. But I'm gonna put it in the stinky. I'm really sorry. I really appreciate the amount of fan service and the amount of effort it's put in. Other than I don't play a lot of shit games on stream. Like I might play a shiter here and there, but this is when it's gotta get hard. Is when I'm having to, because I've given myself numbers, you know, so I'm needing to try and reach them. Action 52, shite. It's a scam, absolute scam. Where it was basically, we'll put as many games into this as many unfinished fucking shite games that have one level and no thought put into them, and we'll put them in a cart and we'll sell it for a little amount of money. Action 52 is up there with it's up there with Ride to Hell, I'd say, with the worst things ever. Right, what have we got next? Final Fantasy X. Ooh, I love Final Fantasy X, but it's getting a bit busy up here. What I'll do is I'll move Snake Eater down so I can put Final Fantasy X up here. Final Fantasy X is possibly one of my favourite Final Fantasy games. That and Final Fantasy IX are constantly fighting for supremacy. But Final Fantasy X has Lulu, who is the best goth girl of all time. But Final Fantasy X is just so fucking good. I love the sphere grid system. I love the plot. I love the super bosses. Everything about the game is so fucking good. Hot take: critically acclaimed game is good. Right, what else have we got? Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions. Oh, that was a really good Spider-Man game. Take a look at Us Boysies. Yeah, it's really fun because you're controlling the 4 different Spider-Men over different style of gameplay, fighting different bosses, and each level's based around a different boss. I thought it was really unique and really fun. Shattered Dimensions was really cool. Yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. It's worth a lot of money now, so if you've got a copy of it, dig it out. Obscure 2, slightly better than the first one, but still in the bargain bin because it's kind of bland survival horror games. Music's good though. The Alien vs Predator beat 'em up that Capcom made. Ooh, that's a very good beat 'em up. I'll put it neck and neck with a TMNT game. Where did I put that? Where did I put TMNT? God, there's so many that I'm actually I'll put it in the Take a Look at Us Boysies because I think it might be better than Turtles in Time. It's probably one of my favourite beat 'em ups. Shame it never got a port of any kind, but it's very, very good. Tenchu Wrath of Heaven, one of the best stealth games ever made. I adore this game. So much content, ridiculous amount of stuff to do, and probably the best of the Tenchu series. I'll put it in Take a Look at Us Boysies, which I think we'll build Take a Look at Us Boysies up. Oh my god, there's so many other good games that we'll put high up. Right, we'll move things out. So Kudelka. Kudelka is a very unique PS1 horror RPG. There's only like two of them on the system, but Kudelka is fucking amazing. The voice acting sounds so fucking, because they mocap the scenes well, but the voice acting sounds so real, if you know what I mean. It doesn't sound like video game characters talking, it sounds like people talking, because like they shout over each other, they talk over each other, and the atmosphere is really cool, the story's really cool. It's really short. You can beat it in like 12 hours. The same as with Parasite Eve actually, but Kudelka is really underrated. I've never played the rest of the Shadow Hearts series. I will get to it eventually, but Kudelka is one I really, really highly rate. I'll put it in the top of Take a Look at Boysies. Still isn't Blockbuster's foot. Oh god damn it! Right, what I'll do is Take a Look at Boysies and move Shapeshift Detective down, I think. Right, then we've got Pantsu Hunter. I don't think I need to describe why Pantsu Hunter. Right, so I bought Pantsu Hunter because I was like, the style looks nice. I really like 90s anime. 90s anime is like my jam. The drawings look really nice. The atmosphere and music, that could be really cool. And it might be like has anyone seen the anime Golden Boy? So Golden Boy is like a sort of, basically this character is down in his luck. It comes into, like every episode he comes into a new town and meets a woman that he's like, oh, and then he ends up caught in some sort of hijinks where that woman then leaves town at the end. I thought it was going to be kind of like that. It's weird incel shit, so we're going to put Pantsu Hunter very low down the list. Probably down with Spectre Woods and A Scam and Ride to Hell. Wallace and Gromit's Grand Adventures, oh right. Wallace and Gromit's was fine, I enjoyed it. It was a fun Telltale adventure, but I'll put it in the pretty good because it wasn't anything amazing, you know. It's fun. If you like Wallace and Gromit, there we go. Vampire Knight, a decent light gun game that was, yeah, I'll put it in here. It was a decent light gun game. That's all I can really say about it. It didn't leave much of a lasting impression. I actually had fun. I had fun with it for the 20 minutes that I played it. So here we go. Sly 2. Oh, Sly 2 is in my top 10, I think. I'll move something around, don't worry. I fucking love Sly 2. Sly 2 is possibly one of my favourite games ever. It's so fucking good. But anyway. Dino Crisis 2. It stopped being a survival horror game. It's more of an action game. And I feel that adversely affects it. I'm not going to put it in the bargain bin. I'll probably put it top of bargain bin, I think. Because Dino Crisis 1 at least had atmosphere. Dino Crisis 2, oh, not so much. Because you can just nuke through everything, so it's not really... Zelda CDI, it's no that fucking bad, boysies. It's top of bargain bin. No, I can't. Put it about here. Bear in mind, I did play the remastered version. It wasn't the worst thing I've ever played. It wasn't one of the worst games ever. It had some bumping fucking music, and I loved the cutscenes, but probably for the wrong reasons. EDF, or Monster Attack, or Simple Series Earth Defense Force, which was the first version of the Earth Defense Force games, which I adore. One of my favourite games ever. But it's obviously the first one, so I'll put it in pretty good because I have a good time with it, but there isn't much to the game. Obviously in the later EDF series there's more, and there's, I don't know why I'm doing so much talking with my hands, you can't see me. Anyway, Persona 3 FES. Oh, that's the thing. Persona 3 is probably take a look at this, boysies. I'm gonna move one out of this. But Persona 3 is good, but it's got so many flaws, like with Tartarus being a fucking pain in the dick. It's not the story takes ages to actually get going, but when it does, it's very good. It's very much, again, like I said with some other games before, it's very much a walk before they could run thing. I know this was the first time they introduced the sort of social RPG thing, which I think feel they perfected in 4 and 5. 3 is still very, very good, but to me, it's just not on the same level that Persona 4 is. But I've yet to play Persona 3 Reload, so I'm hoping that fixes it. Night Slashers, which was a decent beat 'em up, but it's nothing really sets it apart from, you know, the other beat 'em ups that I've played. So I'll put it in bargain bin. Medieval. Oh, this is breaking my up. But Medieval pretty good. Medieval's it's a fun RPG. No, RPG, sorry. Fuck. A fun 3D platformer with sort of horror elements. I think it's very style over substance now that I think about it actually. It's fine, I prefer the sequel a lot as a kid, which I've not actually done stream, but Medieval 1, pretty good. Last Labyrinth, or this one. Right, so when this game does puzzles, some of the puzzles are very good, very ingenious, there's a lot of really good sort of logic leaps you need to do. But you need to play Shoji so many fucking times in this game. And the only way to beat it is to lock the fucking AI into a fucking pattern. The game is it's so bad, and it goes on so many times. It's bottom. I'm sorry, boys. I'm putting it really low down because of the fucking shogi. I remember I played that on stream, and that's the closest I think I've had to losing my fucking rag with a game. That was close. Oh, whoa, we're nearly there. We're nearly there, boys. Tormented Souls. Tormented Souls. I am really interested. Tormented Souls 2. Tormented Souls 1 was a great first attempt at doing retro survival horror nowadays. I'll put it in pretty good. I can move things a bit upwards. Tormented Souls, I'd recommend if you like old school survival horror, check it out. Chat myself when I was playing it and there was just nudity in the game, on stream, but thankfully it was fine. Resident Evil 2, oh, hot take, critically acclaimed game is very, very good. Right, so... Oh, wait. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Oh, I need to move 2 down. I'll put Neon White further down, and I'll need to sort it out. But I really love Resident Evil 2. Again, critically acclaimed game is good. There it is. There's Shogi's back. Fucking nightmare that game was. Scooby-Doo and Cyber Chase. Stinky. Like, right. Actually, I'll probably say, what game did I just put in Stinky? Scooby-Doo and Cyber Chase. Boring Crash clone. Extremely hard final boss, but it's just a boring Crash clone. So it's probably neck and neck. Good time that it's next to Barbie Explorer, which is kind of the same. Sonic Chronicles. Oh. So I've got this game because I was thinking about, because I remember I had a game, I showed a Game Master, and Game Master gave this game a 90, which they used to give games at 100, and they gave it their gold star. And I was like, oh, it's a BioWare RPG. There's a Sonic one on the DS. That sounds really interesting. Fuck me, it's dog shit. It's very grind heavy. It's rhythm based. And also it does not emulate well, which I didn't know until you get to the final fucking chapters before the final fight and the game freezes, hard locking you in so you can't finish it. I lost my fucking mind, and also it caused technically one of the biggest lawsuits in comics, with Ken Penders suing for all of his characters because the characters in Dark Blood were close to what he made, and Archie didn't have him under contract. Actually, they lost his contract, so they couldn't prove that he didn't own these characters. But anyway, that's the whole time. And Rise of Kong, then Rise of Kong was just fucking cheaply made fucking shite, which I'm gonna put below. Yeah, it's just cynical, cheaply made shite that was farted out by a company that couldn't care less. Right, so 1, 2, so it was 11, so So there's 11 games in Pro, so that's 22, 23, 24. Move this down, 25, 26, 27. Oh, this is hard. I'm gonna have to. The thing is, my numbers are silly off. It wasn't 150, it was 152 I had because I had the 2 unfinished ones. Right, okay, let's work our way down. So, let's work out my top 3 first. Parasite Eve is definitely number 2. Put Snatcher. Do I like Snatcher or Police Knot's better? I think I like Police Knot's a bit better. Right, what's the best Professor Layton game? I think the Unknown Future was my favourite, I think. And then how many did I get? So 11. I need to cut 2. Put X-Men down 1. And I'll say Sims 2 down 1. And take a look at this. Boise's has 11, 22. A lot of games. Holy shit. So let's move Turtles in Time. I shall move Simon's Quest down, I think. I'll move. I don't want to move Illbleed down. I'm just trying to think what. Because I don't want to stick exactly to. I won't stick exactly to numbers. Even though I'll fuck this entire list in if I've done that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right. So Sly 2, actually I'll trade Sly 2 for Sly 3, because I think Sly 3, it's neck and neck with Sly 2 and 3, so I can't quite decide what one's number 1 out of those 2. I'll go with Sly 2. The thing is, it depends on what side of the bed I wake up, if Sly 2 or Sly 3 is better in my opinion. Haunting Ground I think I liked a bit better, and then Beyond Good and Evil, about there, Pokemon, about there. Right, that's the top 10, I think, sorted. And then Blockbuster is the Blockbuster looking 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, that works out. Lily's barking at Wayne's, because of course she is. I wonder if you can hear her on the mic. You can. So I had to shout her in. But anyway, I think we'll do. I was going to count down numbers and shit like that, but I think this is what we'll do for the list. So here we go. We have the bottom Stinky. Ignore that it says 30 because I can't be bothered counting out 30 games. So this is the worst games I've played on stream, or the ones I think the least of. Bargain Bin, which goes from. The games go from being to fine. Pretty good, which I'd say all these games above here are good games. Take a look at this, boys, which are ones that I'd actively recommend. Blockbusters, which are genuinely fucking great games. And the top 10, which is my top 10 favourite games I've streamed. What a list, boys. What a list. What a magnificent list.